Are we going?
Well, now we're going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another action-packed episode of the world's greatest action sports podcast, the Monday Task.
I got cream cheese on
a Tuesday.
I got cream cheese on my lid.
People think it's funny when we do this on a Tuesday because
cream cheese
it's
on
called
my
the
lid.
Monday Mass. Mm-hmm. The Tuesday Action Sports Show on a Monday.
Yeah, you know, like when it's a holiday and trash day gets like bumped a day.
And you put your trash out on Sunday out of habit, and then...
No.
Oh, you double forget.
So trash day for you is on Mondays.
Right.
But if it's a holiday, you put your trash out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's what we are. We're taking the trash out on
Tuesday. Mm-hmm. See you next Tuesday.
Yep.
As they say.
Are we live?
What?
No, we're recording.
Yeah,
we're also
definitely
recording
not live.
This. I didn't realize that, you know, our stand for our I'm also wearing gloves. There's a lot going on right now.
Our stand is actually reversed now.
It's
a butt.
Now I'm just
today.
staring at the ass, the beneath mannequin panty modeling ass they sent us.
Yes. Well, it's
distracting, Chris.
For those of you watching on YouTube, welcome again. For those of you listening, let me describe our stand for the iPad, which we filmed this show with. Thank you to Apple for sponsoring the show with free iPads.
Yeah, thanks, Tim Apple.
Yeah, Johnny Apple. See, the iPad's on top of an underwear bust, a butt bust.
But now
I can't take my eyes off because those are the best underwear in the world.
That's right. Also
on the planet.
Buns. So that brings us to our... Wait.
Well, did you introduce yourself? I'm Chris Coté.
Hi, I'm Todd Richardson. This is a Tuesday Mass because yesterday was Labor Day. Chris, you haven't done shit all year. I hope
did labor
celebrate.
Yesterday, actually. You know, I hurt my back, and I was trying to figure out why, and it's from digging sandcastle holes on the beach.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm a great parent.
Always lift with your back. That's what I always say.
I was lifting with my neck and my back. Oh, God, it hurts.
How deep did you dig the holes?
It was more... I actually dug a hole for skimboarding, like a skim pond. I dug a skim pond.
You dug a pond?
Yeah, a skim pond.
No one digs a pond.
I did. And that brings us to our sponsors. We've got big news, ladies and gentlemen. Sports fans.
We're gonna hit it out of the park.
We're gonna bang this hard, and we're going places. I'm talking about travel. I'm talking about to work and back. I'm talking about to Panicum and back. And guess what? We need something to put our stuff in. Thankfully, we've got a brand new sponsor that we've actually been homies with for a long time, and we're very excited to announce Herschel Supply Co.
Herschel Supply Co. I am currently...
You're rocking all the gear.
I have the Herschel work gloves.
Yep.
I can't... Okay, it was one thing to find out that they offer like...
amazing travel bags.
Hard travel bags. I've never had one. I've always wanted one.
Hold it up.
I always thought these were for rich people.
Nope, they're for us and for you out there potentially.
Now everyone can own one of these. And then the icing on the cake was they make work gloves.
And these are they're
leather.
Cozy. You could kill a lot of stingrays with those.
These are good, dude. These are freaking good.
Thank you. Did you introduce your new buddy?
Oh yeah, this is
You got a friend.
I have a new friend. Chris thought it would be hilarious to buy me a stuffed stingray.
Yeah.
Fuck these things.
I stole that from my child.
Your child?
For you, Todd.
Really? Did you tell your kids that I got stung?
Oh yeah.
So like when they go to the beach now, I mean this is a week old news.
We're all scared. Everyone's scared.
Everyone at my beach is scared too. Like people are basically paddling off of dry sand.
I would honestly now I'd rather see a shark than a stingray because I know that, I mean, knock on wood, I don't think a shark's messing with you. Stingray, though, they'll sneak up and they'll get you.
I'll tell you what.
As you know, Todd.
Sharks eat stingrays.
I know, and that's why we need stingrays.
With sharks.
We need stingrays to feed the sharks, just to catch the fly, to catch the tiger.
When you walk out into the water,
yes,
you stomp your feet and shuffle your feet.
I shuffle and I slap the board, the nose of the board.
I've been slapping my board, but now I take my board and I stab it into the water.
Oh,
because maybe I can fucking kill one on my way out.
I hope you can.
That would make me feel better.
Kelly Slater's not gonna like that. He likes all sea animals.
Kelly who?
Yep.
Exactly. Let's go.
But I digress.
Sponsor up.
Herschel Supply Co. At Herschel Supply on Instagram. Check them out. You've heard of them. If you know anything, you've heard of them and you love them. Look, I even got a lunchbox for your daughter on the wall.
If you don't love them now, you will.
Yeah, if you didn't like them before, you like them now because we say so. And there will be more coming from Herschel Supply Co. We've got all kinds of fun giveaways,
all kinds of stuff.
Shout outs. We're going to show you what's in our bags, all that kind of stuff. And as we mentioned, Beneath Apparel, not just great for holding your iPad up to film your podcast about action sports, but also the greatest underwear on earth. And we've tried a lot of underpants, tons of pants underneath the pants. And Beneath is, I mean, they prove it day in and day out. Do I look comfortable? Do I look cozy? Do I look confident?
Yeah.
That's because it all comes from the core.
It oozes.
It comes from the core. And I'm not talking about core muscles. I'm talking about your area in the middle. BN3TH Apparel on Instagram. We got Bubs Naturals. Oh, we do have codes for Beneath MASS20, Bubs Naturals MASS20 as well. And also Bubs Naturals, I just re-upped. And they have gummies now with, what is that? Apple cider vinegar. You ever take apple cider vinegar shots?
No, because
it's kind of gnar.
It's gnarly.
But the gummies, they're nice and easy. So new stuff from Bubs. NanocraftCBD. I definitely put some extra CBD in my coffee this morning because my back hurts.
I'm out of night shit.
We got you.
Okay.
More night shit. I don't think that's the actual name of the product from NanocraftCBD.
It is called Night.
Night.
But we're on the trust tree here.
Yes.
That's what we call it between,
just
on the streets.
Podcast of 2 with an audience of 2.
That's right.
Thank you to both of you listening.
Night. It's the Nanocraft CBD Night drops.
He loves them.
I'm addicted.
He loves them.
I'm addicted
in a
to
good
them.
way. NanocraftCBD MASS20. Hansen surfboards. We love Hansen surfboards. And get this.
Okay.
So, yes, we love to celebrate the products that celebrate us. And now Herschel Supply Co. is available at Hansen Surfboards. You can go to Hansen Surfboards in physical form or online. Use the code MASS10 for a 10% discount on Herschel goods especially.
There you go.
There you go. What else we got here?
We've got Panicking Coffee and Tea.
You like how I pointed at it like you don't know what you're about to say?
Yeah, we've been doing this for how long now?
Go ahead.
People prefer it when I do the sponsor.
No, they don't.
Panicking Coffee and Tea. Waking up America and California, Encinitas, North County.
Since 1968.
68.
68 is a different...
Hansen's...
that's not a
Never
thing.
mind. Okay.
I already did Hansen.
Yeah, you did Hansen's.
Yeah, you're screwing it up.
I fucked it up. You online. It's our home on the web. You don't get any discount there because it's
free.
It's a website.
Yeah.
New Greens.
Yeah.
Do you like to stay healthy?
Oh, yes.
But you hate making salads.
No, but I like to stay healthy with both.
Do you like the convenience of a salad?
Oh, I have...
Paired with the convenience of a yummy drink?
Let me show you.
Yes, you do. That is New Greens. Where are you going?
Here it is. I just wanted to show for the people watching online. That's what it looks like.
New Greens looks like that.
You want to take a spoonful?
It's powder. It's powder.
Take a spoonful.
It's best with water. You can take it dry. But just like anything that you're taking dry,
Joe Rogan told me to snort New Greens.
It can hurt. Yes.
Is that good?
No, you can.
Okay.
Okay.
If Joe Rogan said it, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'll snort it.
It's better lubed.
You should put it in a shaker bottle and go like that.
Right. You shake it up and you create a shake.
Good.
New Greens. There is a code MASS20 at checkout. Adventure.io. Are you seeking adventure?
Yes.
Then Adventure.io is the app for you. It's like Indiana Jones in an app.
Right.
You can look for buried treasure.
All kinds of
Ark
stuff.
of the Covenant.
Good times.
Kalima. Shakti. Never mind.
Good job.
Yeah, here we go. All right, let's start in.
Okay. Surf News brought to you by Hansen Surfboards. High five. There we go.
Chris,
Shakas.
There's a contest coming.
Okay.
You've only talked about it every day.
Did I mention I'm working at the Rip Curl WSL Finals starting tomorrow?
I don't even think that's not even the news right now. The
news
people
don't
is
get it. I'm working it.
So the other day,
yeah,
just like many of us, I'm on Surfline.
You're on the
the line. I like to look at what my local forecast is.
All right.
So I kind of look like, what's coming next week.
Yes.
There's fucking 6s and 10s all over the board.
Yes.
There is a big ass swell coming for this competition. Am I correct?
Yes, I'm going to the mainframe right now. I'm on worldsurfleague.com and the top story, Surfline forecast. Look at all these colors on the internet.
Just purple blobs. It looks like my toe.
Lots of swell lining up through the waiting period, which is the 9th through the 18th.
It's hella bruised.
Like it's small and fun from the 9th and the 10th, potentially pumping 13th through the 16th. 1-day event. So organizers get to pick the eyeballs out of this upcoming swell.
So there's a lot of freaking pressure.
There's a lot happening.
But
including pressure.
When you have a swell like this,
to
pick the right day,
right?
Because it's one and done.
It's 1 day. Well, you want some behind the scenes news?
Yeah.
I'm going up tomorrow with the commentary crew. As we speak, they're setting up scaffoldings and wires are being connected, microphones and headsets. So
you doing comms check tomorrow?
Comms check. That's a good industry term. Or fax check. I would have also
fax
accepted
check.
that. Fax check.
You guys use fax machines?
Yeah, we fax each other information all day.
Cool.
So rehearsals start tomorrow. The contest window starts on the 9th. And I'm feeling like a real, I don't know, there's so much surf happening right now. Whether it's on TV, movies dropping, all this cool stuff is happening. Last night, actually, right down the street at La Paloma. Am I jumping ahead too far?
No, let's keep going.
Okay, well, I'll just talk about there's a big surf movie week. Last night at La Paloma, Kalohe and Dino and crew dropped their new surf movie, which I'll talk a little bit more about in surf news.
This is surf news.
I have it written on the thing later. But I wanted to start it off with Italofaera. Italofaera.
Hey, and by the way,
yeah.
Back to last week.
What about last week?
We posed that question. Are you better off phonetically pronouncing it like the person's language? And the common consensus is yes.
It's okay to do it.
It's preferred.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if I was doing a sport and somebody was saying Chris Cote, I would be kind of like, come on, like it's Coté, right? Yeah. Or if somebody said Todd Richard,
but
you would say S.
That's not the same.
It is the same if you were competing in Portugal.
But what if I was in Portugal and they were saying Todd Richard?
Well, they would at least be getting it closer. Italofaera is about to have a big week.
What's going to happen? Okay,
so Ítalo is competing at the upcoming Rip Curl WSL Finals starting September 9th at Lower Trestles as the second seed, which is big time. He's also got a brand new documentary drops September 8th in physical form at the beautiful La Paloma Theater and also on Red Bull TV on the internet.
That's tomorrow night. Are you going?
I'm hosting.
You're hosting?
And I've seen it.
Can you get an interview with him?
I got a text out now. We'll see.
Try to lock that shit in.
We'll see. We'll see what can happen. I do have an interview for you, but you gotta wait a second. So the documentary, it's a documentary. It's not just a action flick. It's called The Curious Tales of Italofaera. It goes back to Ítalo's origins in Beyrick, which is the Rio Grande do Norte, Brazil. His buddy, a guy named Cheeks, one of his best friends, does the VO. It's in Portuguese with subtitles. It is one of the best surf documentaries I think I've ever seen, which is kind of a big claim because Ítalo is a relatively new, usually you think of surf doc, it's like, 100 years of the U.S. Open or whatever. But this is really good. The soundtrack is done by the same composer who worked on City of God.
Wow.
The director is a highly acclaimed documentary filmmaker, and it's pretty incredible because you think you know so much about Ítalo and his journey, but this documentary really kind of pulls back the veil, and you do hear a lot about surfers, a lot of surfers from Brazil, right? Adriano is a perfect example. We know Adriano came from a favela. Humble beginnings, came from nothing and made something huge of himself. Ítalo, and as they kind of put it in the documentary, he did not have a lot of money growing up, but they grew up in paradise. Beyrick, it looks like such a rad little town right on the beach. There's waves all over. His dad, his grandfather, his whole family, they were all fishmongers. And Ítalo pretty cool in the doc, talking about how for some reason, like, people were cheering against him when he was a younger kid, and he was very shy, very quiet, just full on surf kid, and starts winning events, and then we know the rest of the story. Started surfing on a cooler lid, kind of is the starting point, right? So it is a must-see film for Ítalo fans, for surf fans. I actually went to a special VIP screening at Gnarlywood in Carlsbad. Thank you to Evan Slater at Billabong. And all my, I brought my kids, a bunch of kids from the neighborhood. Everybody was stoked. Right. So to have a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old sitting through a surf documentary.
That's not in English.
That's not in English. That's a big statement to how good this movie is, and highly recommended. If you can't come to La Paloma on September 8th, tomorrow you can watch it on Red Bull TV. Great stuff.
Cool. One thing I'll say this for Brazil.
Yes.
Is their athletes. It seems like in the United States, there's like, oh well, stick and ball get all the attention
and affection.
Attention and affection.
Yeah, pats on the butt.
There's plenty of famous skateboarders and Shaun White and blah blah blah, but it's not in Brazil. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if you're obviously, if you're like a soccer / football star, you're on a bigger scale, but it's not like
Gabriel Medina is as big a star.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like the country doesn't care. Like Bob Burnquist or like Sandro Diaz. Like these dudes are so huge, and I think it's just cool. It just shows you how backed they are by everyone in the country.
When I think this, like, obviously we're in this kind of hyper focused Olympic year, especially in surfing and skateboarding and stuff, but it just seems like the list of sports that people do in America, from the hundreds of track and field events to, all the winter stuff, the shooting, all the sports they have in the Olympics, and then football, and then baseball, and whatever, softball, all those sports. Brazil, it feels like they're more focused on kind of like the fun outdoor stuff. They're hugely into football, obviously, soccer, football. Beach volleyball, skating and surfing, and it's all right up there. So I think it's
cool.
rad
that
that stuff's celebrated.
I've always really admired that from the Brazilians.
I agree.
What else, bro?
Oh, this is kind of cool. So, you know who Beyrick De Vries is, right?
I know, but give me a thing.
So Beyrick De Vries is a South African surfer, ripping surfer in all types of conditions. You've seen him in the Vans Triple Crown. He was the guy that got one of the best waves ever ridden in competition at Sunset Beach, a perfect 10 at the World Cup a few years back. One of these guys, like, always seems to be in the top 20 of the QS year in, year out, but just hasn't quite cracked that code. And as he was right on the precipice of doing that, getting towards the top 10, COVID, sponsorship, all that shit happened. And basically, Beyrick now still has a high seed, so he's able to compete in the Challenger Series, and he's making a push. But does not have sponsors, comes from South Africa, so it's 3 or 4 times as much money to compete and travel and do all that. And so he kind of had this little soul-searching moment, and he thought, okay, what am I good at besides surfing? Well, partying, throwing parties. So here's what Beyrick did. He started a GoFundMe to help get himself enough money to compete on the Challenger Series, and now he's throwing a big raging party again at Gnarlywood in Carlsbad. And I interviewed Beyrick this morning.
So is this party to say thank you, or is it a party?
This party is to raise money.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm just going to play the interview. You're not going to hear it there. You're going to hear it here. You're not going to hear it at all.
But, just for you guys at home, when the lion roars the third time, you can start both of these simultaneously.
Turn the page.
And then,
Oh, wait. That was the audio. Here you go. Well, this is very exciting. We've got a surfer doing something different to get himself back onto the championship tour. Unsponsored. Definitely deserves to be sponsored. He is Beyrick De Vries. Beyrick, how you doing, buddy?
Chris, how's it going? Thanks for having me on this Tuesday, Mass.
Yeah, we're fluid. We can do any day we
Pretty
damn
flexible.
well please. That's right. So Beyrick, long story short, I've watched you competing on the qualifying series. I've watched you get some of the best waves I've ever seen in a surf contest, and that is not an overstatement. That is a fact. So, how does a guy with your level of ability in all types of waves wind up unsponsored and kind of searching for a way to do whatever it takes to get the money to compete on the Challenger Series to eventually make the tour?
Jeez, I mean, thank you for that introduction. That was a pretty big one. I appreciate that. I don't know. I mean, COVID's hit everyone, but I think it's hit athletes especially hard. But yeah, I mean, it's being from South Africa. We were always earning rands and spending dollars, which was a pretty terrible side of it. You never wanted to be going that direction. You want to be earning the dollars and spending rands. So yeah, I mean, sponsors have never really come too hard to South Africa, but now I'm over here, as you said. Now I'm trying to do what I can, and I mean, I thought I'd play to my strengths and throw a party.
I like it. So I've seen the GoFundMe, which is awesome. By any means necessary, give yourself the tools to get on the Challenger Series. But the party, this is a whole new idea that I love. Basically, you're throwing a benefit. You're throwing a rager to get the base, to get the funds, to get started on the Challenger Series. And I don't know if I've ever seen this. I love it. Tell me more.
Yeah, on the 16th of September, we are going to be at Nollywood and Carlsbad. They are friends of yours. I know that. You're definitely friends of the venue. But yeah, so we're going to be pretty much just auctioning off some of the world's best surfers. You got Mick Fanning. We just picked up a board from Mick. He's done a nice little signature on the bottom and stuff. And it's actually one of the boards that he's been riding at Lowe's. And I don't know if he just didn't have anything else and he just by mistake gave his best board away, but I saw him surfing and it looked insane. So very grateful to that. And then a Felipe Ítalo signed board, and Nigel Houston's given a signed deck, which we're very stoked from Disorder. So those types of things. And then there's going to be some gambling going on there, where there's a roulette table, some blackjack to be played on the night. Then obviously bands, good music. We've got Cody Sherman from the band of Gringos and a few of his friends that'll be getting up and playing some really cool live music. And then I believe you, Chris, will be kind of harping some people out throughout different stages of the night. Am I right there?
Yep. Hell yes.
Nice, my bro. And then, this venue's insane, man. So the sound, the lights, can fit a lot of people. There's nuts VIP stairs, area upstairs. And we're going to have quite a lot of the best surfers and skateboarders in the world there, which is pretty exciting. I'm stoked they're all showing some support. And then the guys that are from around here will know Digital Color, DGTLCLR. That's their band name, and they play insane live house music, and they're going to be kind of taking us home in the evening. So people definitely should come in dancing shoes. Because I think there's going to be a few booties on the dance floor wiggling.
Hell yeah. So what does it take? I mean, ability is one thing. There's a lot of great surfers out there. But behind the scenes, the pit crew, the flights, the boards, entry fees, how much does it cost to get on the Challenger Series and stay on the Challenger Series?
Jeez, yeah, I don't know. It feels like I've been chasing my tail for so long now. I don't know if COVID actually gave a bit of a good break to kind of slow down and kind of take a step back and look at this whole thing. But with it being so high, yeah, the entry fees, put it this way. So we had to enter, WSL said we have to enter all 4 Challenger Series events by the 30th of August. So I thought I was only going to have to raise like $450 just for the one event. All of a sudden, they're like, sorry, no, you're going to have to enter 4. So that ended up being $1,300. Sorry. I think it was it was about $2,000 just to enter the events. Then obviously cars, flights, food, because you can't just get there and then be eating McDonald's the whole time, because then you're not even going to have any energy. Italofaera is going to come doing cartwheels past you on the beach, and that's not going to be on. So I mean, yeah, it all comes down to a lot of money, man, and that's without even the coaches and getting people to kind of film you and all that type of stuff. So yeah, but Chris, it's really expensive, man, and especially with this COVID stuff now too. You just never know when you're going to be stitched up in a hotel room all of a sudden for 2 weeks. That's going to cost you $3,000 extra. So it's all very expensive, but I think I'm in the right place with the right mind of people to kind of raise these funds needed and get me to these events. And also, everyone coming together here has really kind of given me a newfound faith in myself and in surfing and just the surfing culture, because people are all sticking together with me. And it's people like you. You know, you don't have to be doing this, but you are. So it's just really cool, man. It's all coming together, and I have faith that it will all work out.
Well, I believe in you, bro. I believe in you, and I think a lot of other people do. So do you believe in yourself? What are your goals? How is this year going into 2022? How is this year going to, what do you visualize? How's it going to end up for you?
Ooh, good question. Big question. Deep question, Chris. But I like it. So one of the changes that I'm doing is I'm going to be starting to surf for the Netherlands. And so I'll be surfing under the Dutch flag. And that should bring me like some more kind of, my ancestors are from there. So they're looking to help me a lot in my journey towards the 2024 Olympics. So my long-term plan is to be the first Dutch Olympian in, obviously, the Olympics. And then for this year, I mean, dude, obviously win all the events. That's the plan. But I've kind of given this as a 2-year plan to build up, kind of get a run up this year. And then if it doesn't happen this year, which to be honest, I think it really may, there's all the waves that, I mean, the US Open, you've kind of seen me do pretty well there. I've made the top 10 about 6 of the times I've done that contest. And then we go over to Herschel, which is a right point break, and South Africans and regular footers, you know how that works, Chris. Yeah, that's kind of pretty close to home, I feel like, on my forehand. Then the Quick Pro France, I mean, we can get some serious waves for that, and I really enjoy serious waves. And then go home to go back to Hawaii. I don't know why I said home, but damn, it feels like we're at home when we're there. And get it Haleiwa there to end off, and hopefully some 10, 12-foot big right-handers. So with all 4 of those events, I think that this year could be the one where I slide in there. It's on.
Beyrick, good luck. I know you're going to surf, train, raise money, collect prizes, plan parties. So you're very busy, man. I will see you on September 16th at Gnarlywood. I know it's all over your Instagram and many people's Instagram, so there will be plenty of information out there. Beyrick, go get some. Good to talk to you, bro.
You too, man. Cheers, Chris.
So that was Beyrick's interview.
I think it's
great kid.
I think it's really cool that there's these creative ways of making your way through
these challenging times.
But like, who else? Who did it last year? Where they basically
Kaio.
Kaio Belly did the crowdsourced. Paying for him. I think it's cool.
I love this idea, and when Beyrick hit me up a couple of weeks, I mean, this is all very fast moving. He hit me up a couple weeks ago. He's like, I want to have a party. I want to raise some money to go on the Challenger Series. And I'm like, yes. Because not only does he have the skill, great dude, and, I love the story. You can get tickets for tomorrow or for the event that's on September 16th at BARBEYRICK.events.com. That's beyrickevents.com. There's an online auction, as Beyrick mentioned. Fanning board, Toledo board, Night of Houston, 5-night stay in Uluwatu, Costa Rica, Lululemon. Tons of cool art. There's also the GoFundMe. You can search Beyrick De Vries on GoFundMe. His Instagram is at @barbeyrick, BEYRICK. So pretty rad. And again, I love the creativity. It's like I think there's probably a lot of people out there that just give up.
Yeah, but I think that this is inspiring for people, and that we'll see more of this.
Totally.
It's a different story, because it's like a tour. Like, you need to make money to go from A to B.
Yeah.
But it's, if you're just like a pro that's kind of like not making it.
If it was he is definitely an exception. There's probably only, I don't know, a dozen, maybe 6 to 12 surfers. If they hit me up and were like, hey, I want to have a party to go on the Challenger Series. Most of them I'd be like, I don't know if I'm available that day, because you don't want to be like, sorry, dude, you can't do it. But for Beyrick, yes. So that's pretty rad, and hopefully you guys will support, even if it's $5, but you can also enter the drawings for all the stuff. The Rip Curl WSL finals starts September 9th.
Oh.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Other contest news, Mason Ho wins. Spoiler alert. I guess I already spoiled it. Mason Ho won Stab 100 versus Mikey Reynolds and Dane Febs. Wait, what? Mikey February and Dane Reynolds. What did I just say?
That was a heavy...
Mikey Reynolds and Dane Febs.
Dane Febs
is so good.
You actually put Dan Reynolds on there.
Dan Reynolds and Michael
Dan Reynolds is a contractor who works in...
really great surfer.
Yeah, it's a really great surfer. But anyway...
I didn't watch it yet, and I'm usually so on it.
It was awesome.
What happened?
Mason doing Mason shit.
Okay. And that's how he won?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stab 100. I will watch
it. But it was it was just really good. It's cool to see Dane surf. Anytime you get to see Dane surf, or Mikey Febs for that matter.
This is a great
matchup. 3 crazy good. Everyone loves these people. Yeah. Insanely different styles. Mm-hmm. And it's just cool to see, Dane just wants to mangle every section of the wave. Yes. And Mikey Feb just looks like he's never in the wrong place.
Right.
So it's just cool. And then Mason is just like the freaking freak jazz. Just
free jazz.
Jazzing all over the thing.
So much jazz.
Mm-hmm.
This jazz flying off the screen.
Speaking of Mason Ho, Sheldon, his movie comes out very soon.
Through the Doggy Door.
Yeah, Through the Doggy Door comes out real soon.
Yes, I've been seeing the Alani brothers posting, doing sound mixes. They're finally wrapping this thing up, which I cannot wait. The crux of the story is Mason is filming at a kind of a secret spot in Hawaii, I believe on the east side or something like somewhere where you don't usually film. And a kid literally came out of the bushes and was like, "Can I surf with you guys?" And then we're about to see history made.
It's going to be so cool.
I can't wait for that movie. I was on an episode of Tales from the Cobblestones.
I heard because I saw it on your Instagram.
That's you can find that on U Media. Basically talk about the Olympics. And I don't know if I told you I'm on the commentary team for the upcoming Rip Curl WSL finals on September 9th at Lower Trestles.
Yeah. Yep.
So I talk a little bit about that. Yep. Who do you think is going to win, by the way? And that'll be the last thing I mention.
I think it's going to be pretty. If the waves are good, I think it's going to be pretty hard to beat Ítalo.
Ítalo?
Yeah.
And for the women?
Carissa?
Mm-hmm. You don't sound very confident with those picks.
I'm confident.
You're confident.
Who do you want?
Connor Coffin.
Okay.
Is going to pull the ultimate underdog.
How would that be for freaking sport? If it's big enough and these walls are made for carving,
dude,
you ain't going to do any better than Connor.
I've been watching some of the free surfing and everybody's talking about Gabriel, Felipe, Ítalo, which they should be.
Connor, you just named everybody.
Connor. Do not discount Connor Coffin. He's going to have a long road to the finals. And then I'm going to say Sally Fitzgibbons. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm going for the underdogs.
All right.
So there you go. Those you write them down because when they win, I'm going to be telling everybody I told you so. For the last 10 months or so, we've been hearing about a Kolohe Andino film, which I first I thought it was like a documentary, but now I know it is the ultimate strike mission. During the pandemic, a crew from San Clemente dodged pandemics and logistics and made their way to Indo. Absolutely scored with no one around. So if you've ever been on a boat trip or have seen a movie about boat trips, read an article, whatever, usually in the last 10 years, you'd pull up to one of the marquee spots like Lance's
Macaroni,
mm-hmm. Greenbush, wherever. And there would be a couple other boats, maybe 20 people in the water, just like anywhere else in the world. These fools scored.
Like nobody.
Nobody. And they got great waves. I'm going to try to call one of the stars.
Who?
Ian Crane.
All right.
Who might be available, but might be on a plane because they're on tour right now. They
last night was the...
What?
Please leave your message.
Nope.
They're on a plane. But he did text back.
Where are they heading to right now?
All right. So last night they were at La Paloma and it was sold out. Amazing. If you're on the East Coast, September 9th, Orlando, Florida. September 10th, New Smyrna Beach. I like that name, New Smyrna.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of vowels.
No.
New Smyrna.
A lot of consonants piled up.
Jacksonville at Surfer the Bar. Oh, that's still a thing. Wrightsville, North Carolina on September 13th. New Jersey, September 15th. Asbury. Greetings from Asbury Park, September 16th. Hey, we're going to be in Queens on the 17th. September 18th. Portsmouth. It's New Hampshire.
It's spelled Portsmouth, but it's Portsmouth.
And then October 1st, back to Santa Cruz, the Rio Theater. Shout out to the Rio Theater. That's kind of like Santa Cruz's La Paloma.
Uh-huh.
And then October 7th, you'll be able to watch it in the comfort of your own internet.
Hey, speaking of East Coast surf news.
Yeah.
Big news over there is this hurricane that is not causing any damage.
Okay.
But is just going to spin a whole bunch of surf into the eastern seaboard
That's
come
what I've
Thursday,
been hearing.
Friday, Saturday.
Dude.
Like the forecast for New England looks bonkers. I think the winds might be a little bit dicey.
Should we cold call somebody on the East Coast for a
Who?
surf report? I know a guy.
Todd Klein?
I know a guy. No.
Who you calling?
Ben Gravy.
You think he'll answer?
Let's see.
He's probably here.
No.
Service you are attempting
See?
to use has been restricted or is unavailable.
What are you doing?
Did he block? Did he block my call?
You fucking got blocked.
Restricted me, Ben?
You got
We were bros for the.
you got gravy blocked.
Come on, Nub Nation, I'm in.
Maybe he's on the plane, quote unquote.
He's probably behind a tanker somewhere. Well, when the waves do pulse in Jersey,
At any rate,
he's there. He's
it's
on
going to be freaking great, and it's cool to see like a non-destructive hurricane after
I love
the
that.
crazy aftermath, especially like in New Jersey, where Ben's from. New Jersey got fucked up last week from the remainder of that other hurricane.
Ida, right?
Yeah.
Ida was a bitch.
I don't want that bitch.
No,
All right, speaking of other bitches,
I'm not following that.
our friend Kalani Robb has been battling COVID.
But
And-
nothing to do with your previous statement.
Yeah, he's a little bitch.
No,
I love
you say that.
Kalani.
So yeah, Kalani Robb with a public COVID battle.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see that too, because not only like I don't give a shit what end of the spectrum you fall on. It is a
No, it's a non-judgment
it's
zone.
a non-judgment zone around here. But it is interesting to watch someone battling this and looking like shit.
Oh my god!
So you kind of get a real like. Did you end up having COVID?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we had it at our
Right.
house, and it is. You don't realize like if you haven't been vaccinated, or you haven't had COVID, and you want to see like what people look like when they're dealing with it.
Yeah.
Like go to Kalani Robb's Instagram. Like it's gnarly. It's like you get run over by a bus, like a wet bus.
A wet bus.
Yeah, it sucks. This is
Well,
like a
I
wet,
think, yeah.
hot, wet bus is what you feel like you got hit by.
I think Kalani's on the upswing of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, shit, it's no joke. Yeah, you might not die, although a lot of people have, but you are going to be really screwed.
You want
to
to go into some
days.
weird? Let's go down a rabbit hole here. Let's go down a controversial rabbit hole.
Okay.
Okay. So
Might delete this part.
you probably shouldn't, because I think it's
real?
It's interesting, and I don't. Did we talk about this? I feel like I've talked about this with a couple people.
Ad nauseum.
So Kalani is taking the ivermectin route.
Horse.
We need to stop with that. And I'm not saying
I'm asking a question.
I'm not.
It's like horse Viagra.
It's not though.
It's not.
It's been used for like malaria, and like people. I think people assume that this shit is you're just buying it at a feed store,
Right.
but like doctors do prescribe it.
Okay.
And it's interesting to me to hear kind of like, I kind of was looking at Kalani's comments on his thing.
People are going off. Huh?
People are going fucking off. And it's like, I don't know. It's just, this is just such like it's become such the thing to do is to fucking
divisive,
pile on
man.
people. Like, look, people people fucking want to live. Like,
Yeah.
Vaxxed, great. Unvaxxed, great. But just don't be an idiot either way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is, I'm vaxxed,
But
but I don't sit out. I don't go on Instagram and scream at people.
I'm all for like, look, like, is there something we can do about this? Or do you just have to like,
What do I think?
Because it kind of just seems to me like, okay, the vaccine, you get the vaccine, right? You get the hit.
Yeah.
It hurts for a day. You get the second hit. You get kind of sick. You feel like shit.
Hungover.
Right. And then you get the virus because it doesn't prevent the virus. In the beginning, they said, hey, this is going to prevent the virus. It doesn't prevent the virus.
actually, it doesn't make it as bad.
It doesn't make it as bad, but I'm just saying, like, are there things out there that, like, that can help with this shit?
A mask.
Yeah, well, obviously. I'm just saying, like, once you get to the point
I'm not arguing with
once you get to the point of no return, like, you've got the shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What can you do about it then?
I thought there's a country in Europe. I'm not
Sweden?
Denmark or something. There are multiple countries in Europe.
France?
I don't know if you knew that.
It's
not just Europe.
Should
There's
I name
a bunch of countries.
You want me to name all of them and you can pick the one?
No, this was so basically they said like we're gonna get it. We're taking off the restrictions. We're living with it.
Oh, that's the Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I just like
I just do what I can.
Everyone's
do.
you're gonna
wash my hands.
You're gonna fucking get it. Yeah, same here. Like I'm just like I'm a realist. Like
I don't wash my hands after I wipe though, which is that's controversy in itself. Yeah. Sorry. I do.
That is our controversial COVID,
Get well
COVID
soon.
segment.
Get well soon.
It is interesting to watch somebody else go through it, though. I'll tell you that much.
I did hear some online gossip about a fellow podcaster, probably the same level of listeners, Joe Rogan. You've ever heard of it?
He's a little under us.
He has been a big proponent of the
ivermectin.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, I reserve judgment.
Yeah.
It's your body, your choice. But apparently he went to the hospital 4 times and had 4 transfusions.
Okay, so
because he's a billionaire.
They omit that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you went.
And I don't know if this is gossip, but
you got a bunch of steroid treatment that like.
Yeah, like when you're that rich, and you can basically go to the hospital 4 times. Be like, I need new blood. Can I get that new stuff?
They gave him new blood? He got a transfusion.
Well, I don't know. They take your blood and they put oxygen in it. I don't know. I don't listen to it.
I don't know.
He's a comedian. I don't listen to it.
Is he?
Hey.
Is he a comedian? I thought he was an ultimate fighter.
He's a fighter. I don't know.
He's a fighter comedian podcast.
He's a big fan of this show. I'm not saying he like rips us off, but a lot of the topics, like
UFOs and shit,
breathing and stuff, he lifts from us.
Ice baths,
because we know.
Right.
Yeah, we invented ice baths. Basically, I thought your middle name was Hoff, and your first name is Wim.
Shh.
We're gonna get sued.
Stop talking. Moving on.
Jack Freestone is taking a break from competing. This is some big news because we've seen.
Didn't they have another Babby?
I think there's another Babby, another Freestone Blanchard coming to the world, which is going to be yet another super baby. So basically, Jack Freestone. Look, he took a couple of events off. He's getting a family going. He's been injured. There's from Beyrick De Vries. There's a lot that goes into competing, right? All these surfers will say the same thing. Yes, it's the greatest job in the world, best job you could ever have, right? Being a pro surfer, it's not easy. And I do like that Jack Freestone. He went on his Instagram. He's like, look, injuries, mental health, family, the travel, COVID. All this stuff, and he didn't have the best year on the championship tour, had to take some events off, so he's going to go on these 4, I think he's going to compete in all 4 Challenger Series events, and then he said after Haleiwa, which is the 4th Challenger Series event for 2021, he's taking a break. And I think that's cool, because I want to see some Jack Freestone footage in the wild. He goes off in a jersey, but Jack Freestone is underrated for how good he is.
Right, and I can understand it too, because once you have a baby, your perspective changes on a lot of things.
Yeah. So,
well, good
we
for him.
We got your back, Jack.
Good for him.
We'll watch and we'll celebrate. I did not know about this, but this is happening right now, and there's probably some shit happening now with the big South Swell in the water. The Wedge Awards. Not talking about Todd's underpants, because he doesn't get wedgies because he wears beneath apparel. September 30th, the window closes. Basically, we're looking for the biggest, gnarliest, most radical wedge waves. And this can be from anyone. You don't have to be a pro.
So how long does this go in? It goes till September 30th?
September 30th,
so
it's over.
So next week, it's going to be go time.
I just saw this on Bill Sharp's Instagram. It's at SharpXXL. Bill Sharp, one of the stars of 100-Foot Wave. Love that series, by the way. You could put your wave in at wedgeawards@gmail.com. I don't know any rules and regulations. I'm not telling you to go to the Wedge and send it for this thing because I have no idea what it's about. I just think it's cool that they're rewarding Wedge lunatics.
I think it's crazy that there's not kids don't get wedgies anymore.
They do.
They do?
My kids give each other wedgies. Yeah.
But did you like? I just don't feel like it's a phenomenon like it used to be.
It's underground,
right? Like
it's kind
ultimate
of
wedgie, and like when you like your nuts go in your butthole.
Well, wedgies used to be so mainstream. Like
right.
everybody was doing it.
Like rip your underwear. You ever get your underwear ripped because someone
atomic wedgie?
Is that atomic wedgie?
Atomic wedgie is underwear over
not
your head.
ultimate wedgie. Wait, atomic wedgie is when you pull the underwear over your head?
Yeah, from your butt to over your head. Atomic wedgie. I've seen it attempted. Usually the underpants. I bet beneath apparel.
You got to have some stretchy pants.
Yeah, beneath apparel.
But you want them. And you'd be like, you kind of want them to blow out a little bit because if not, you're literally having your flotilla pulled up into the grundle.
Your stretchables are
right.
Yeah.
It's just a mess back there.
Yeah. Bring wedgies back, but ask permission first. This is 2021.
Yes.
Don't just go wedging people. Say, do I have your consent to wedgie you?
Get your wedge consent.
Yeah, I mean, this is the
Oh, you're so woke.
I know. God,
what's next?
Not easy. Skate news brought to you by Beneath Apparel.
BN.
Speaking of wedgies, you won't get them. And I have skated in bad underwear. Not fun. It can ruin a session. That's for sure. But Beneath Apparel.
What the fuck kind of really?
Well, dude, like I said, dude, I've tried so many boxer briefs,
like
boxers.
Your wiener, like your balls hit your leg, like what?
Or they'll pull up, they'll wedgie you. They'll go too high or too low. You won't have the flex. I'm just saying, like these are the best underpants to skate in.
I feel like you really notice a good pair of underwear when you're on an airplane.
Yeah. Do you want to answer this call? Should I answer this call?
No, not on the air.
Not on the air.
No.
All right, I'll get back to that.
It's not a surf star.
It's not a surf call, but
if it was about Bitcoin,
yeah,
we can answer it, but that's a different person.
Skate news brought to you by Beneath Apparel, BN3TH Apparel on Instagram. The sickest skateboarding event on the planet is happening right now or already happened. It's kind of shrouded in mystery if you're not there, but if you are there,
it's all over.
You're having the best time of your life.
It's all over Instagram.
It is all over Instagram, but then I looked it up on the internet, and I didn't find much. I'm talking about the CPH Open, Copenhagen Open 2021. What do you know about this contest?
I don't know much. I know that there's, the who's who of street dogging.
Shad,
everybody. But everyone from like Jimmy Wilkins is over there and like all these people. I did see this ultimate session in a indoor basketball court with these like crazy green wedge banks.
Slick banks with Mason Silva's Ion Right.
Oh my gosh, that looks insane. And then no way in hell would you ever be able to skate that in the United States.
So I think what happens is Copenhagen, the city,
they just take over, right?
They get involved and they say, take whatever you want. And these hordes, talking to 500 skaters, go mobile. But it's like, it's everything from a tiny bump spot, like a curb cut, to ledges, to this indoor basketball, quarter, whatever. It is the coolest thing ever. And this is something that...
Did you guys go over there once for events?
We did, yeah. We had multiple Advanced Park Series events in Malmö, Sweden, which is literally 15-minute train ride.
Across the bridge or whatever?
Copenhagen's one of the coolest towns in the world. It's so awesome that an army of skateboarders has free reign of the town. I believe the border boys are there, just slightly wrangling all these cats and kind of tabulating points. Don't know who won the contest, but if you're like a hardcore skateboarder, and then you will know about this event. So
I think
it looks amazing.
Where's Christiana? Is that
Christiana is basically it's like a free town in Copenhagen,
right,
where normal rules of society don't count. They call it a free town, Christiana Freetown. It's one of the coolest, weirdest places ever.
I'm sorry, this is like complete tangent time.
Yeah.
Like, do people live in there?
People live there. They kind of govern themselves. There's an open air, like weed market that's illegal, and you cannot shoot photos in there.
Legal or illegal?
Illegal.
I thought weed was legal there.
Well, when I went there, it was still illegal, but no, you're thinking Amsterdam.
Oh.
It's still illegal, I believe.
But it's legal in there because it's like a sovereign
So you go
state.
in there, and if you have your phone in your hand, and obviously it's different because there is a mini ramp in there's a little skate park in Christiania in Copenhagen that they were filming all this stuff. But outside of there, you're not supposed to film or take photos, and you will get your phone slapped out of your hand because they like to keep this spot as free as possible.
How do you know that is there walls around it?
Yeah, so it's really cool. There's in the city, kind of on the outskirts, there's like a big natural park with a bank, like a big dirt kind of levee or something. Right. And then old buildings and walls kind of encompassing this side. So you go in and it's like, almost has a medieval kind of feel, but you walk in and there's graffiti and skate park and like a stage and bars and restaurant. And it's like nowhere else in the world I've ever been. Coolest place.
I'm so interested in that. All right.
Yeah, it's rad.
Back to skate
It is cool. While in Copenhagen, Gabriel Fortunato from Brazil went pro for Element. Harry Lintel went pro for Real. And in other skate news, our guy, Chris Pastras.
Have you sat down and listened to it yet?
I have not yet. I'm saving it for I'm working at the Rip Curl WSL Finals on September 9th, so I'm gonna have a lot of time on the road.
I feel like I just got done with Danny Way's 9 Club.
Okay, so
which is like
that's like a
it started a week ago. It's like 5 hours long.
And how did it go for you?
It's real. I mean, knowing a lot of the story just from knowing Danny all these years, it's just kind of to me. Danny's was really interesting to hear a lot about the H Street Plan B stuff.
Yeah,
I think that was
the glory days.
To me, that's like when Danny came on the scene and hearing like the behind. Did we talk about this last week?
Not really.
Okay, I feel like he talks about how he went from Powell and then Road for Vision and then like how everything evolved, how eventually they started Plan B going from H Street, and it's just really cool. And it's just like it's such a piece of Encinitas, Vista, Carlsbad, like the whole
local history,
but it's really cool. It's really, really cool.
I'm gonna dive in. Have you started the Pastras 9 Club yet?
I haven't.
Or you just finished Danny?
I just finished Danny.
Okay, let's start it together.
All right.
Like 1, 2, 3, start. Can't wait. Pastras actually. This is an insider kind of story. Eddie Wall, our friend, asked me if I wanted to commentate or live announce a skate contest in Malibu, a mini ramp contest at the Chili Cook-Off, which I wish I could have done.
This was like last weekend.
Couldn't do it, so I sent it to Pastras. Pastras announced it, and it looked like it was an awesome time. He's great. I can't wait to listen to the whole 9 Club. This is strange. On the internet, on the Instagram, randomly, I think it was Corey Juno's Instagram, there was almost like a James Bond looking floating barge mini bowl thing, Golden Goose, Venice to Venice. This is a live event that happened on a barge in the Venice Canal in Italy, not Venice, Los Angeles. Right. Did you see any of this?
Yeah, I did.
So it's a very kind of Red Bull-esque thing, but I don't know what Golden Goose is, and so I loved watching it. It was
a shoe company? I think it's a shoe company.
I thought they laid eggs, but no, because Corey rides for Vans.
No, he's on some other
Converse.
No, I think he's on
Cariuma.
No. Well,
Golden Goose.
Keep naming them. Yeah.
Adidas.
I think he rides for a shoe company called Golden Goose.
Well, let's look it up.
But anyway, it was like this weird thing where he pulls up in like this like Venice, like one of those like power boats that looks like it's all made of wood.
Yeah, like a James Bond boat.
Like a James Bond boat, pulls up wearing sunglasses and proceeds to just mangle this bowl.
Okay, so Golden Goose.
What is it?
Design and fashion. Don't be perfect. Be you. Unique.
Is it clothing?
Check it nice. Clothing.
Check it nice.
He might be in Golden Goose shoes.
Anyway.
You know what I think it is?
No.
To be honest?
Yep.
I think it is a company, like a website that you go on and you buy, it's like shoes. I have no idea what Golden Goose is.
Okay, well,
does it matter?
This is boring.
They did a cool event.
Anyway,
that's all I can say.
But it was really neat that he like showed up as like, here he's here.
Yeah, the boat. Do you remember in the Indiana Jones movie when the boat got hit by the propeller
What? Oh, it's that kind of boat.
That was rad. I'm looking up something right now because this is
What
needed.
What?
Dude, there was some huge beef going on last week.
With who?
Lil Nas X and Tony Hawk, remember? But guess what? Solved.
I'm Lil Nas X, and today I want to be doing some airs, maybe a McTwist. Let's go.
And then Lil Nas X just goes and freaking rips this vert ramp. So the beef has been so squashed because.
Do you think it was a beef?
I think it's a little bit of a beef.
Nah, he tripping.
Tweaking. Man, get your cultural references. I know that's a TikTok thing.
Just off the pulse.
Your fingers right off the pulse. That beef has been squashed. So very happy because I'm friends with both of them, Tony Hawk and Lil Nas X, and I hate when friends argue. You know?
Yeah.
So that's squashed. This is cool. So one of our all-time favorite skateboarders. I know he's definitely like in your top 5, right?
Easy.
Mike Frazier. You know this Mike Frazier story. I've met Mike a few times, but I know you know him and you've been a fan for a long time. He's doing something super cool.
It's okay. Awesome. So Mike's original Powell board. This is back like from I think it's like Ban This or maybe Project.
It's the board itself was.
It's like
I didn't know what he was talking about until I saw the graphic.
Dude, kind of like it was all about like when Frazier came on the scene, he was all about crazy power, and he held on. People have always wanted him to re-release this board, and he hasn't, but he's held on to a few of these boards. And a good friend of theirs, this guy Augie Rodriguez, passed away. To cancer, and he's left behind a bunch of stacked up bills. He's got a wife, a little boy. And in order to help, there's been a lot of people that have been helping out with this, a lot in the skate world. This guy was like really, really tight with a lot of people within the vert community, both on the East Coast and the West Coast.
Yeah.
And Mike is auctioning off this board with all proceeds going to help out. And I know if you want to help out too, you can go to @Augie_days on Instagram and you can see the GoFundMe. But it's just cool to see the community kind of come together.
Yeah.
The vert community is tight.
It is.
Hell. And it's, between, just if it doesn't matter if you grew up back east or grew up in the Midwest or Colorado or out here, the vert community is small enough that it really is a tight knit community.
Yeah, for sure.
And so everyone's out to help each other out. And it's, any time that you can do something it makes a difference. And Mike is going, really doing this.
This story has so many layers, and it's so in reading it, and I posted it on Instagram. You can check it out or follow Mike Frazier, as you should. He's still ripping and skating.
So good.
So the board, usually pros collect all their boards. I mean, that's kind of, but he never had one. And 20 years later, after it came out, he never had one. Randomly, a board collector buddy of his sent it to him. And this is one of maybe 3 exist.
Frazier with zero foresight.
Yeah, so you would say this is one of those holy grail boards that I didn't even know about it until I saw it, and I go, oh my God, that board, that is an iconic graphic. Mm-hmm. And it, like you said, most big name boards from the 80s have been reissued. Right. This is a big deal. So not only, I think the last I checked, somebody offered him $5,000.
Sick.
And it's all going to Augie Days. So awesome, Mike Frazier. Thank you for that. Cool. This is pretty cool. There's a brand new pop punk band out there that I'm going to play for you. And one of the members of the band is a famous skateboarder, one of the most famous skateboarders. The band's called Urethane, and the guy is called Steve Caballero.
Oh.
You want to hear it?
Sure. Does it sound like Faction?
Cab's
been in a lot of bands.
He's been in some bands for
sure.
Let's
see. Let's go through him. He was in the Faction.
Yeah.
Soda.
Yeah.
Odd Man Out.
Okay.
This one.
I just want to hear it.
Okay, we'll get to it.
Well, I'm trying, but where's the videos? Urethane is also what skateboard wheels are made of.
Oh.
Yeah. Here, you want to hear it? A little sample?
Good.
Okay, well, I'm trying, dude.
Today?
It's like...
technology. It's got carbon fiber in it.
Play
Together back in. If I play guitar too, and he's like,
Dude, that is not
so
the
not
band.
happening.
for me as an artist.
Here it is.
Here we go.
That's the sound an amp makes when it's turning on.
Here we go.
Extremely good, straightforward pop punk.
I want to hear this thing. Kind of sounds like Alkaline Trio-y kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of throwback 90s style punk.
Yeah, which I think is
I back
kind of
it.
was kind of making a comeback right now.
Oh, look. Engineered and mixed by Cameron Webb.
Oh, no way.
Megadeth, Alkaline Trio, NoFX, Pennywise. Yeah. It's out September 24th, the
There
day
we
after
go.
my birthday.
Cabby's in another band.
This is nerd news meets skate news meets shoe news. You know what Roblox is?
No.
Roblox is a
that
video
like,
game.
Is that, I thought it was like the shitty Legos.
No, those are called something else.
Go Blocks? No, that's Go Bots.
GoBots.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
That's the off-brand Lego.
Roblox is my kids loved Roblox. It's kind of like Minecraft, but they do
Like
something else.
An off-brand Minecraft.
There's a lot of video games that my kids play. I have no idea what's happening. I probably should
It's
know
like the
this.
GoBots of Minecraft.
Yeah, it's like Minecraft, but X-rated. I don't know. Roblox is extremely popular. 46 million people play it every single day. And right now, Vans has connected, get it, with Roblox. And they're together. So when you're playing Roblox, you can play a Vans character or wear Vans shoes. I'm wearing Vans shoes right now. Are you?
Dude, did I tell you?
You are too.
Did I tell you about this shit?
Yeah, you told me about finding those Vans shoes.
Did we talk about it on the podcast?
Yeah,
Okay.
many times. You should listen to the Monday Mass every once in a while.
I
You would know
can't
what we talked
remember
about.
what happened 20 minutes ago.
I got these Crux trucks before they came out. What's up?
What's
Thank
up
you.
now?
Snow news. Oh, and on last thing in skate news.
Yes.
We've got a couple of decks left. 825s and 8.5 shovel heads.
Okay, I will sign them.
I will too.
Left-handed.
We will sign your skateboards.
I will
for you
sign this. Whatever professional skater,
in blood.
I will sign it.
I will drip
as them.
blood on it.
It doesn't even have to be our signature. I will sign it.
I will drip
Kevin
Todd's
Costner,
blood on
I'll
it.
sign Kevin Costner on there. I don't even care.
I'll get blood from somewhere and I'll put it on that board. I mean, that seems to be the hot stuff right now in skateboarding, blood infused
That's
products.
Right. Cloney Hawk.
So Todd Richards and Chris Coté, blood ceremony
I'm not
on the board
I'm not doing that.
for you
I'm not.
for the simple price to be determined. You DM us, we'll give you a good price on this board.
Is that
That's what most podcasts
that's how we do it?
They wheel
They don't
and deal.
tell the price?
We have shirts too.
Oh, you got to DM us for the price of the shirts?
We do have a Shopify account, MondayMass.com, if you've ever been there.
Thank God.
Look at that. Herschel Supply Co.
Are they on there?
Yeah. And these signs, I know that like the category 6 LED.
This shirt.
There's a Santa Cruz board.
Everything is for sale. You can
got
buy.
these masks, cut you up things.
Chris, can we stop?
Snow News brought to you by K2 Snowboarding.
Chris,
Yeah.
have you ever wondered what a 2340 looks like
I've never wanted to know
on a
this.
snowboard?
It's not real.
Okay.
The 1440 is the biggest they can go.
Guess what? It's
That's it.
about to be real. Now,
What the hell are you talking about?
I saw this on Instagram this morning. In China, they're hitting this big air jump into an airbag, and some young gentleman did a 2340. Now,
Come on, that's
listen,
not true.
Listen, this is
It's only 2021.
I just
Tell
please-
us what a...
Please don't.
Say it again?
It's six times around.
Okay.
With multiple flips.
So wait.
Please, just wait. If you are a
360?
snowboarder, don't fucking think this is the next bar that you need to get to. This is the
actually.
dumbest
No, it is
shit
real.
ever.
No, people want it.
No, they don't.
X Games.
Because Homeboy's not even grabbing. He's just spinning off this thing, and you can tell, like, He probably doesn't even want to be doing this, but he's just been like forced by his country to go out and try to win a gold
Who
medal
knows?
in Big
Maybe
Air.
he's hungry for it.
I don't fucking know.
Okay, so let's talk spins
this is
here.
like trying to swallow a bunch of forks. Fuck this.
Okay,
Don't.
360,
Yeah.
720,
Yeah.
1080, 1260, 1440,
Then you go what? 1620,
1620,
1800,
1800.
then 2020.
And this is what this young man did? 2320.
2340.
That's six spins.
360. Let me add it up.
Do the math,
Go ahead and
folks,
talk
or
amongst yourselves.
don't do it.
I'm just going to make sure.
Well, speaking of that, guess what, Todd?
What?
You know this. The Winter Olympics and the Winter
Yeah.
Paralympics are coming in hot. 2022.
6 360s is a 2160. 6.
We'll give you that for a discount.
Listen, Marcus.
We'll give you
Marcus
2130 for
Cleveland.
1900.
I'm talking to you directly. Do not
Don't.
do a 2160, even to be funny. Don't do it.
It would be pretty funny.
Because someone is going to think you're dead serious.
I think
Stale Sandbeck, I'm talking to you. Do not
this is going to happen.
do a 2160
What's the
and
biggest?
think it's a funny thing.
What's the biggest? What's the most spins people are doing right now in Big Air?
1900, I think, was what went. No, wait. No. Well, hold on a second. So it's 4, 5.
Doing the math here in my head.
1874.
1874.
Okay, so 1800s have been done. That's
Four
around a lot.
rotes.
That's five.
4 full
5
rotes.
rotes.
5 full rotes.
And probably 4. Just stop.
Okay.
Stop it. Just stop.
You're
It
exhausting,
looks
Todd.
It doesn't matter. It looks like shit. And the judges
I
that
don't-
are
I
out
don't
there
like
judging
it.
competitions, if you start rewarding this bullshit, I'm coming to your house and
Don't
I'm
make
gonna
threats.
I'm gonna put this Crux truck right up your butthole with no lube.
Well, there is a slight. There's some. These do come with a little bit of
I
grease
will
on the.
sand that
Okay.
and then put it straight up.
They
your
are
butthole.
smooth.
You think the Stingray incident was bad? This is a deeper impact.
All right. Well, Todd.
Stop it.
Todd
Just
has spoken.
Fucking stop.
And for those of you out there who want to see 2150s go down in the wild,
Go play Mark McMorris.
I got some good news for you.
Pro Border or whatever the fuck.
The count. It's the final countdown. Just when you thought local summer was starting, guess what? Local winter's right around the corner. I've got an update. Projected opening dates. Todd, you tell me yes or no. Okay,
This is
the
always,
over under.
It always goes like this.
It always goes like this.
Arapahoe Basin versus Loveland Pass.
Okay.
Who is going to open up first?
Keystone and Loveland.
Keystone's kind of not in the mix.
It says October.
I know it does. They'll open up by Halloween, but usually it's who's going to open first? Loveland Pass.
Yeah.
Or Arapahoe Basin.
That place in New Jersey Mall is open now, so I don't. That's or it's
we'll
been
get
open.
we'll get to that. We have more news about that
Breckenridge
place. No, Breck usually opens up a little later.
November 12th.
Now you could have a freak cold snap, freak snowstorms that
Right.
hit the Rockies. Sometimes it does happen, and usually but I can remember many occasions snowboarding before Halloween easily.
But
I remember we had one year.
global warming is that's a real thing.
But global warming can actually work the other way too, where you end up getting a early onset of winter.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
yeah.
depends on
more controversy. We're really through. This is like The View.
kind of.
Yeah.
Who are you then?
I would say I'm like Whoopi because I'm positive, but I also have an
I'm
opinion.
like Joy Behar.
You're like Joy meets what's her face. I think there's only two people we know in The View.
I don't know who.
I
else
miss
is on
Regis
that? Yeah,
Philbin.
same here.
Was he on The View?
R.I.P. No.
He died.
Yeah,
Uncle Freddie died.
he's dead.
So
Anyway.
all these places look like they might open in November, and
But
that's
all.
kind of
These
normal,
are all
right?
dates they just put on the calendar.
This is from the Farmer's Almanac.
Here's something that was a little bit crazy though.
'Kay.
Chris. So if you've been paying attention, you know that
I was not.
Lake Tahoe has been under siege by
Yes.
fire for the past
'Kay.
couple of weeks. So last week the fire luckily didn't cause any damage at Sierra Tahoe, but it definitely went in there and torched a little bit.
Wreaked some havoc.
Right. And so also with Kirkwood, I think it skirted the resort. Heavenly Resort, like all of South Lake Tahoe was evacuated, both the California side and the Nevada. side.
Yeah. So,
So last week, it was brought to my attention that 100 acres of Lake Tahoe was evacuated. 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 100 acres of Lake there was for Heavenly, which is the resort that's straight up downtown. It has a California side and Nevada side. It's the big resort on the South Shore.
Yeah.
If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
But go ahead.
So it was like an immediate evacuation. No, it was mandatory evacuation in place.
Okay.
Without even like a space.
Like show up, knock on your door, get out.
Right, like get the fuck out. But like without even like that should just be a headline on its own.
Yeah.
Right? Like that.
Yeah. Scary.
Immediately underneath that. Get your season's passes right now. It's the last week. So Vail Resorts, who owns some of these places, is catching a lot of heat right now for
literally.
Wow.
Ambulance chasing.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Not like ambulance chasing, but like just bad taste.
It just maybe
like
wait a couple days.
Maybe stop trying to get the money and focus on like trying to like help people. Anyway,
yeah, like we know you had to leave your home and might have thought it was burnt down, but you should get those passes now.
No one really likes Vail Associates.
I just think of Vail and I think of like fancy skiers.
Yeah.
And I have nothing against fancy skiers.
They've kind of fucked the industry. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Now, okay, so moving our attention to the East Coast to this indoor snow wad.
This is kind of like the hot spot or the cool spot.
This is one of the.
If you think about it, because it's snowboarding.
This is one of the cooler places to be.
Yeah.
In a very
indoors
in a hot time.
Yeah.
It was brought to my attention by
again more things being brought to Todd's attention.
Well, it's because I don't really pay attention, and people have to
bring it to your attention.
DM me. The boys over there, Joey from Ice Coast Kills Shit.
Joey B, how you doing?
Joey B, how you doing? Posted this video of this dude who is about to revolutionize snowboard bindings.
Oh my gosh, I just saw this.
It is the most incredible thing. Please, for the love of God, go to Ice Coast Kills Shit and watch. It's been actually, I'll put it on my Instagram. I'll put it on the Instagram of Monday Mass. It's this dude.
Back when I was boarding a lot, man, it freaking hurt. Look at this. You're not bound. When I get this manufactured, it's going to be sweet.
For the most part, to describe what is going on in this video, the guy has made, like, you know when you like break your ankle and you have to wear like a full leg cast?
Yeah.
Somehow he decided that high backs weren't enough, that he's going to do 2 full leg casts.
Yes.
Instead of snowboard boots.
So good.
And mount them to a snowboard. It's insane.
Hey, you should follow Joey B. How you doing? And it's on Instagram. It's spelled how you would think.
I was going to call him for an update today, but I don't even know if he's...
Hey, how you doing? Joey B. How you doing's been on the podcast before.
Yeah.
Love him.
He's great.
I wonder how he's doing, actually.
How are you doing?
You know, in all honesty, how are you doing? While you do that, I'll update. K2 just dropped a new free ride collection. Boards look awesome. Nitro Snowboards now has relaunched their website.
Oh, I saw there was something really cool the other day. Bob Plum, who is Bob Plum, who's actually Lizard King's brother.
Okay.
Didn't
know that.
The better looking of the lizard family.
From Colorado?
No, it's from Utah.
Okay, like I said.
He's
Utah.
He's a climber. He's just a real go-getter.
Okay.
Photographer. You know, he's found his way. But he did this really cool thing of Brian Fox is jumping over him. He's laying down and he's taking pictures, and Brian switched up his boards like 5 times or 6 times of like this.
Oh, so he's like...
There's this new line of boards that's coming out from Nitro that is the Quiver Killers, whatever. So I think there's like 4 boards or 5 boards. So Brian basically mounted those boards and just ollied over him. And what it is it's just like a moving graphic of the boards change position.
Oh, that's cool.
But they're all the same, relatively the same position in the air. It's really, really neat.
I like when people do creative stuff.
Yeah. Which is awesome. Rare for Bob.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. He's great.
Well, all of this basically brings us the news that, yes, in fact, snowboarding is coming back. People, it's happening all over the world.
God, because
it's a pretty popular sport. Any other snow news you'd like to talk about?
Yeah.
It's coming. Oh, Nerd News is brought to you by Panic and Coffee and Tea, waking you and me up since 1968.
Chris,
I'm on it today.
I have the ultimate nerd news.
What's the ultimate nerd news?
I may or may not have bought a full set of
You have been talking about Boba Fett full set for so long now. I don't believe it. I want to see it. I want to see you in it.
It's a screen accurate suit.
Dude,
I
host a Halloween party at the Belly Up every year with a huge costume contest.
I may fucking mangle it.
Well, you could win the costume contest.
I've always wanted this. Like, I don't care. Like, this is like the nerdiest of nerd me. I've always been jealous, kind of like where you see these people.
This is like a prop accurate.
It's fucking sick, dude.
Okay.
Like, it's like straight up the backpack, the blasters, the whole 9 yards.
Backpack, the blasters.
Look, I'm telling you, Chris.
I believe you.
Can
I ask you the?
No.
Let me just so
nope, I'm not telling you.
Between 500 and 2,500, is it in that?
I'm not even saying.
Between 1,000 and 5,000.
I'm not going there.
Your wife does not listen to the show. She's not going to know or care how much you spent on Boba Fett.
I'm not comfortable.
$8,000, big deal. That's
At any rate, I just always have
8,500.
been super, like when you go to. I mean, I've been to Comic-Con like a zillion times.
Yeah, and you see.
And I always like At first, you're like, oh, it's dorks in your cosplay, and then you like see like a sick costume. And you're like, fuck, dude, I wonder what it's like to like roll around in that.
Yeah. Well, don't roll around in it because it's very expensive. It's upwards of $9,000.
Wow. Really?
The one I was looking at.
Oh, no.
Mine's a little nicer than the one you're getting. I didn't get it.
You didn't?
I didn't.
I'm
waiting for Jango Fett.
You saw one for $9,000?
No, I don't. I don't even like Star Wars.
What's that one do? You don't even like it.
No, I do like Star Wars. Just not as much as you. And that's fine. I love it, but you love it that much more. We got some sad news.
Yeah, I heard
Michael K. Williams. So you might not know the name right off the bat. You know the face. You've seen this guy in a million movies and TV shows.
Was he the main character in Lovecraft Country?
He was one of the main guys. So he was like the dad, the estranged father that comes back. He was in Lovecraft Country. Most people know him from The Wire. He was in Boardwalk Empire. He was Chalky in Boardwalk Empire. He was in R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet, for better or for worse. He was in 12 Years a Slave, Law and Order, a bunch of episodes. He was a voice on Aqua Teen Hunger Force, The Night of on HBO. He's also been in video games, Battlefield 4, NBA 2K1, and more. Michael K. Williams, a lot of people celebrating his life. Yeah, and kind of, came straight out like this was an overdose. And this is kind of gnarly because now I've seen, I think in the last week or 2 weeks, there was a comedian with a group of people partying after hours, doing some blow, laced with fentanyl.
What? 3
of them died. One of them went to the hospital.
3 of them died.
3 of them died. And so you think about pop culture like coming up, cocaine in the 70s, early 80s.
Does that have anything to do with this guy's death?
It does, because this was an OD as well. This may have been heroin related.
Like an accidental.
This is stuff that I'm reading online.
So they are saying it's an OD.
Saying it's an OD. Wow. And you know what? I think it's cool to be honest with people, because while it is tragic, it's like, look, this is happening. That's why I bring up the fentanyl thing, because, people have been partying and like cocaine in the 80s was like, oh, this glamorous thing. And then crack came and it was like, whoa, this is gnarly. Okay. But there's always a slight resurgence. But now people are like.
Well, it's because everyone's trying to. What I heard about this was that not only the cartels, but there's
the third.
Whatever it is, but they're desperate for money.
Yeah.
They're trying to make profits.
Yes.
And so you're not getting what you were getting in the 90s or the early 2000s. You're getting more of the other cheap thing.
You're not at Studio 54 anymore.
No.
You're
It's no longer.
And again, I'm not like anti-drug guy, but
I'm anti-dying.
I'm anti-dying. And so maybe there's a case to be made that these drugs should be legal.
Or regulated.
Legally regulated. Take cocaine off the streets, put it at 7-Eleven.
Let's
not like that. But
let's
you know what
create
I mean.
a scenario.
Okay.
This is neither for nor against. I'm just saying a scenario. So
right.
if you governmentally regulated cocaine.
Yes.
So
like it used to be.
Obviously, you can't drive.
Can't drive on it.
Probably shouldn't be able to go on an airplane. Probably definitely can't go on an airplane.
Can't fly an airplane.
Okay. Can't fly an airplane. I don't think you should be a passenger on an airplane.
No, because you'll be so annoying.
Right.
People on cocaine are so
What are
annoying.
some other things that you can't do when you're on cocaine?
Host a podcast.
Host a podcast. No, actually, I think you should host a podcast on cocaine. That's one of the things you should be allowed to do. I'm just saying, like in society, like if it's legalized, what are some things you can't do? You really should be discouraged from doing.
What about the things you can't? Well, we're not encouraging cocaine use.
No, this is hypothetical.
Just say no, but you're
hypothetical.
Right. No driving, no e-biking, no podcast hosting, and if you're at a bar nowadays, the thing with people on cocaine is they like to talk to you really close, and so wear a mask if you're going to be doing cocaine. We just say no for now until it's legal.
What sports should you be
no
able?
Sports
should you be able to do?
You should not be doing.
There's no sports you should be able to do while on cocaine.
From what I've gathered,
running races.
No.
Why?
Because you could have a heart attack.
Well, you're
just probably don't do it. You know, I would say
you're really throwing a bunch of water on this bit.
Well, I just don't think you know, like
this is.
You should be telling people not to do cocaine because you could die.
Don't do it. But if it was legal,
if you're gonna do it,
if it was legal,
that's like the O.J. Simpson book. I didn't do it, but if I did do it, here's how I would have done it.
All right.
So we talked about COVID, cocaine, O.J. Simpson. Any other controversial topics?
Are we ticking all the boxes?
We are.
Mm-hmm. You want to get into some racial shit?
Ed Asner.
Yeah, this is sad.
Passed away at 91.
This is sad if you are 78 years old.
He was in the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Exactly.
You might remember him as Santa Claus in the movie Elf. That might pull at your heartstrings a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. He was also in Up. He was the voice of Carl Fredricksen in Up.
That's right.
So, couple deaths in nerd news. Nothing nerdy about death. But all of them will be remembered.
Hey, Chris.
Don't do drugs.
Did you hear about this?
What?
The James Bond movie that's been done for 3 years is
now coming
out.
Okay, so this is a perfect example, right? Most of the movies, the new releases that I watch on TV, on my couch, sweatpants, I got my own microwave popcorn, I'm chilling. I will go to the theater to watch No Time to Die, the new James Bond, the last James Bond with Daniel Craig, who I think is I'm putting him top 3 James Bonds. You got Roger Moore, Sean Connery, Daniel Craig. That's my top 3.
No, it's mine too.
Yeah. That's October 8th.
I would like to forget about Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce never did anything to you.
And I would also like to forget about the guy that was in between Pierce Brosnan and...
John Cena?
No, do you remember there was a guy that was in between?
Oh my God, his name was just in my...
I can picture his face.
He was just in my head.
He kind of looks like Pierce
Damn
Brosnan.
it.
But he was between
Roger
no.
He was Dalton. Something Dalton.
Yes, Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton.
Those
Nothing wrong with Timothy Dalton.
Yeah, they sucked.
Yeah, but Pierce Brosnan, Timothy Dalton, like... If there were any other character, you'd like them, but just because they were James Bond,
I know they didn't have that Bondness.
Yeah,
I feel like
Daniel Craig's got it.
He's got it, and
who will be the next Bond? Idris Elba,
dude.
Idris.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet?
Don't say it.
That the next James Bond.
Don't even tell me Ben Affleck
is a woman.
Huh? Jamie Bond?
No,
just James.
James Bond.
I bet you $5. It's Idris Elba.
You think?
Elba?
I definitely see the studio going either with a person of color or a different ethnicity or a woman.
Okay.
Because
I don't know how to feel about that because James Bond is a spy.
But the whole thing about is 007 and the name James Bond just
only for men?
No, it doesn't matter. You are every 007 agent who is that person.
Yeah.
Is codename James Bond.
Well,
and it doesn't matter. I think people have said this isn't true, but I like this theory that that's why there's all these different James Bonds because these have always been James Bonds.
Right.
That's your code name. You're not really.
Oh, that's not their real name.
That's not the real name. You go by James Bond if you're a 007 agent. But like I said, I think this has been floated a lot.
This guy's smart. I think that James Bond is strong enough for a man.
Made for a
pH
woman.
balance for a woman, so anyone could play it. I'm gonna stay with Idris, and I hope I'm not butchering that name. Idris Elba. He would make a sick James Bond.
What about Spy Kids?
Or the young guy from Lovecraft. Badass. Spy Kids.
Was it Shang?
Shane O'Neill.
No, what's the new movie? The 10 Rings.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings came out
Yes.
this weekend. I haven't seen it. This is another thing where I'm like, oh, we haven't even finished talking about James Bond, but it's coming to the theaters.
October 8th, yeah.
Is it also coming to?
I'm sure this is going to be just theaters for a little bit because they've been putting this off.
Now, do you think that so Dune, the reviews for Dune are out. It premiered last week in.
That's weird. We did get invited to cover the premiere
somewhere
as the world's greatest.
Somewhere
action
not
sports
here.
podcast.
It premiered, and apparently
Europe.
It premiered in one of the places. Name all the places in Europe, and I'll tell you.
There's a couple.
Apparently, it's getting rave reviews as like a masterpiece.
Thank God.
But
I would have been really bummed.
Do you feel like that they are regretting their decision to push it to home video first?
Dune's going home video first?
Dune is releasing simultaneously in the theater and at home. Also, Spider-Man, same deal.
Okay,
at
so
home and
I feel like
Venom.
I feel like more people. So when they go straight to video, it's $20 or $30.
I think it's more. It's like $40.
It's like between $20 and $40 to buy it at home. I think more people will buy it at home than would have gone to the theaters. And so maybe behind the scenes, and I know that they're not saying this, but they might be making more money.
They're complaining though.
Out of home.
I know, it's like that whole
buying.
thing with Scarlett Johansson's like suing
Scarjo.
Disney about the home release because she was banking on the
because maybe they get a cut of
the profits,
theater.
right.
Yeah. I don't know. Not in Hollywood.
In other news, did you watch What We Do in the Shadows?
Not yet.
Oh my God, dude!
The series?
It's back.
So What We Do in the Shadows is a real documentary about vampires.
Taika Waititi helms this thing. He's actually in the first episode.
Yes.
It is the best vampire show I've ever watched.
Okay.
Period.
You heard it here first.
And it's very funny.
Is there nudity? Like Interview with a Vampire?
You look like Colin Robinson.
Really?
Do you know who Colin
More
Robinson?
so than Tech from Bad Batch?
He's an energy vampire.
I will watch it tonight. Adult Swim released another live-action promo for Rick and Morty. Christopher Lloyd
I think bad
as
choice.
Morty. What?
Bad choice.
Who else would play Morty? I mean, Rick.
No.
Rick.
Rick. I feel like you could have had what's his name? Like John C. Reilly or Will Ferrell could have played a better Rick.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd, though, pretty legendary.
But it's like Christopher Lloyd basically didn't change his appearance from Doc. Like he's basically comes out as Doc.
Okay, so that's what's throwing you off.
Right. But I do think that Morty was spot on.
Jaden Mitchell.
Yeah,
Jaden Martell.
From It.
Yeah. Well,
I thought that was
there's
great.
the season finale for Rick and Morty was on last night.
Did you watch?
Believe. I did not watch the season finale, but I had a bonus episode that I didn't I never watched.
I got 3 to catch up on.
God. So you can really only watch one Rick and Morty a night because it's like emotionally, mentally taxing.
Dude.
It's so good.
It's so good. And the writing is like I tried to get my wife to watch it with me. I'm like, you need to watch this. This is like one of the smartest shows.
It's not for everyone.
Within 5 minutes, she's like, what the fuck am I watching?
So one example from one of the episodes is Morty spills the teleportation juice on his hand. And it becomes a black hole. But there's a guy on the other side who did the same thing on his leg. So this guy is shooting through the black hole in his leg and it's coming out. It's like... I have no idea.
How about
I know these guys aren't on drugs. I know that they're just creative geniuses.
There's a giant incest baby.
Dude. It's
floating
the
around
best
the galaxy.
show ever. Do you want to in on... You tell me this. I'm going to ask you for advice. I'm going to ask you out there for advice.
Right.
You know, I've been in a band for a long time called Cut You Up.
Very good band.
We had a documentary called Writing in Bands with Boys. This is almost 20 years ago.
I recently watched it. is just as good.
It holds up. So out of the blue, get a message from a producer in England, a representative for a producer. They want to work with Cut You Up. I'm like, this is a scam.
Wait a minute. Really?
I talked to the guy. It's real. The producer has worked on Mogwai Records, Doves, like big bands that I love.
Hold on now.
So my question is, Cut You Up has been talking about recording a new album.
Mm-hmm.
What
When
if
is this? Hold on.
this is like
Okay,
happening in real time?
Okay, go.
We have 6 songs ready.
Are they good?
What?
Are they
They're
good?
good.
Okay.
They're good. So
Great? Are they great?
the idea here is, it could be great. Do we start filming a documentary now and then raise money to fly to England to record the record, to play shows in England for the first time ever, and release a mini documentary, Riding in Vans with Boys, Part 2, UK? Do we try to do this? I think for 20 grand, we could pull this off. Do you think it's worth it?
Riding in van.
Riding in double-decker buses with boys. I don't know.
With men. 'Cause
With
now
men,
you're
with
You're
grown-ups.
boys then.
Would it be interesting? You've got 4 40-somethings in the
Okay.
band. None of us
Here's-
drink.
Straight away, my thought is that lightning was captured in a bottle. You guys were hammered.
Yeah.
Everything was paid for.
Yeah.
Basically, Blink was setting you guys up to be idiots.
Right.
So there's no one setting you up to be idiots this time except for yourself.
Setting ourselves up.
But
to
you don't have
be-
any. No one drinks. Everyone's boring. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. That's the magic of it.
Well, I don't.
There's so many music
Why don't you
documentaries
just
out there.
re-release Riding in Vans with Boys, but do a director's
Addendum.
No, just do a director's cut where you're talking about the shit that's happening. All the stories
Yeah.
that you've told me over the years.
Yeah.
You guys just do a director's cut of that and then release that. Like, I mean, it would probably sell like hotcakes
Maybe.
at Zoomies.
Or not. That a hot topic. Well, that's just like the random question, but we do have questions, actual questions
Okay,
brought
let's
to you
hit
by.
'em.
We gotta end this podcast.
By the
It's
way,
been going on for so
when
long.
is Cut You Up being available on Spotify?
Oh, we got a reissue coming soon.
Okay.
Reissue.
Because I can't
of
find it anywhere. I tried
The
to listen to
the classic
Haves and
album
have
people
nots.
seem to love.
it. Okay, what are
It's
the
coming
questions?
soon.
Do we have questions?
You've got questions. We've got answers.
Go.
I've got a couple. Okay, here we go. Not a lot of questions, but that's probably a good thing because
Good.
this podcast is going on way too long. This is a question from Chinatown,
Okay.
Lucadia.
Did you know that there is a restaurant here in North County
I did.
that not only will serve you Chinese food, but also Italian food?
Well, we actually helped co-sponsor a big crate challenge that just went off. And here's a message from Chinatown. They say, sorry, Chris and Todd, this is not a question, but an apology to anyone that sustained injuries from the Chinatown Monday Mass Crate Challenge. Please DM x-rays of any broken bones and receive General Chow Main's spicy spaghetti for full price. So if you hurt yourself at the crate challenge that we helped sponsor with Lucadia Chinatown, DM us the injuries and you will get a full price paid by you spicy General
Sauce
Chow
spaghetti?
Mein spaghetti.
Wow. Yummy.
We got a Would You Rather from California Mud Motors.
Coming through as always. What is it?
Would you rather guaranteed best surf of your life for every session, but you have to shuffle through 1/8 of a mile of knee-deep Stingray Alley to get there, or Dreamland Skate Parks builds you a personal park anywhere you want, but you can never listen to Jawbreaker or Steely Dan anymore? Oh, even the covers on YouTube.
I'm going shuffling.
You're shuffling.
Because you can just shuffle through them.
Yeah, in theory. Okay, I'm going to shuffle too because I got to have my Steely Dan.
You gotta have my Steely
I got to have my Steely Dan.
Or what
This
else?
is from Rich Harris. Rich Harris wants to know, should roller skating be an Olympic sport? Why or why not? Is it already? And I don't know. Yeah, why not?
Who cares?
Go for it. I think
My daughter's heavily into roller skating in parks now.
any skate park you go to in Southern California, you'll probably see a roller skater. More often than not, a female roller skater going off. I'm all in. I love it. I think roller skating is awesome.
Whatever gets you out there and doing your thing. Look, my daughter's big hero now is Esther Jen.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we talked to Esther
We
Jen?
had her on the
Yeah.
podcast. This is from, yes, the answer is yes, Rich. Roller skating should be in the Olympics. And women will dominate that sport. VeniceJetty.com wants to know, playing anywhere this week or busy at the contest? I don't know if you knew this. I'm working at the Rip Curl WSL Finals coming up September 9th at Lower Trestles. I'll be busy, but I do have a show, 80s Heat. I'll be DJing 80s music on September 10th and hosting the Ítalo premiere on September 8th. What do you got going on, Todd?
I'm actually going to Salt Lake City for the Nitro Rallycross.
Oh, so you do have cool shit going
Travis
on.
Pastrana and Ken Block flying around at
That's
the
actually-
Utah Motorsports Park doing very cool things.
That's better than most of the stuff I have going on.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I thought it was one-upping you.
It's a real job. It's like a real job.
Hannah Lee, longtime fan, friend of the show. Disregarding their status in the WSL, who would have been a good contestant on The Ultimate Surfer? That's a great question. A couple of people that I would love to see on The Ultimate Surfer. Love to see Joel Tudor on The Ultimate Surfer.
Yeah.
I would love to see
Kalani
Robb.
I think Kalani
Robb would be good on Ultimate Surfer. I mean, there's so many good ones. Christian Fletcher would be great on Ultimate Surfer.
Who's really angry?
Really angry. Well, I don't like to say their names on the podcast because then maybe they'll punch me. So I don't like that.
Who has a reputation for being angry?
Who's a reputation for being angry.
But that's really nice.
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Again. Bruce Irons on Ultimate Surfer would be amazing.
I think that would be fucking awesome.
That would be amazing. Maybe next season.
Mm-hmm.
For women, and I got to say, full credit to Dave Proden, WSL, and whoever cast The Ultimate Surfer. Great casting crew. You love it. I watched it again last night. I thought we were going to get one podcast without Ultimate Surfer
Maximum suction.
Maximum suction. Huh?
Any more questions? Let's just do one more.
I'm just looking at my... No, that's it.
Dude.
Thank you for listening and watching. This has been the Monday Mass on a Tuesday. Happy Labor Day.
Buy whatever's behind us.
Buy all that stuff. Don't forget, just subscribe and like so we can start building our YouTube presence and then more
Also,
stuff
send
will
us
happen.
presents.
Yeah, why not? Bye.